On the news tonight, Code of Conduct Tribunal adjourns on August trial till May 17. In business, federal government, state and local government areas share 610.38 billion naira in February. And on the foreign scene, Trump-Kim summit ends with no deal. Hello there and many thanks for joining us on Superscreen's flagship news, broadcasting to you live from Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. I am Adenike, Owoeye, Ajiboye. The Supreme Court has reserved a judgment in an appeal filed by the Cross River State government. In the appeal, the Cross River government had pleaded that as a court of first instance, the Apex Court should decide whether the president acted in line with the Constitution to suspend Justice Walter Onnoghen. In a preliminary objection, the Solicitor General, Dayo Akpata, on behalf of the federal government, argued that the issues are already sub judice and is in order of court irrespective of which court gave the order. After listening to all arguments, the lead judge of the 7-man panel, Justice Bode Rhodes Avivo, said the case is a constitutional matter which requires time for a careful examination of the issues raised. He therefore adjourned the case to May 17. Electoral Commission INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu has asked resident electoral commissioners RECs to take a cue from the presidential and National Assembly's election. Yakubu gave the charge while hosting a preparatory summit of RECs in Abuja ahead of the governorship and State House of Assembly elections. He stressed the need for the RECs to implement corrections learned from challenges faced in the February 23rd exercise in the March 9 polls.
This meeting is coming immediately after the conclusion of the presidential election. As the nation is aware, the Commission is going to conduct two categories of elections. One is the National Assembly and the presidential or the national elections. And thereafter, the Commission will conduct the state and FCT area council elections. So the next election is going to hold on Saturday, the 9th of March, and this is going to be the governorship elections in 29 states. So we thought that since the resident electoral commissioners were here with the state collation officers for the presidential election, it is important for us to meet and review the experiences of the last election with a view to strengthening our processes towards the successful conduct of the state elections on Saturday, March the 9th.
INEC Chairman Mahmood Yakubu speaking there. The National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Oshiomhole, wants President Muhammadu Buhari to order the immediate investigation and prosecution of perpetrators of violence during Saturday's elections. Oshiomhole, who disclosed this in Abuja, also responded to issues raised by the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, in respect to the elections. According to Oshiomhole, election is not a name war, condemning the violence that rocked Saturday polls, leading to loss of lives.
All those who thought that Saturday was going to be a declaration of war, like I had argued, and I believe many people on my party platform had argued, election is not another word for war. It is a day to celebrate democracy. It is the only day in a democracy in which everybody is equal, rich or poor, illiterate or professor. Everybody is the same. And I'm happy that Nigerians have spoken and they did everything to maintain the peace, in spite of the fact that there were some elements who, in spite of the efforts of the security agencies, conducted themselves in a way that led to violence and unfortunately, some of our countrymen and women lost their life in the process. Like President Muhammadu Buhari said yesterday, we join him in commiserating with the families of those who lost their life.
Oshiomhole also accused the candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, of beating drums of war over election results that have been proven to be consistent by civil societies and some members of the international community.
I believe that what happened last Saturday was a referendum between a man of integrity and a man of doubtful integrity. And Nigerians have resolved the issue satisfactorily, and we believe Nigerians have spoken. They spoke the mind of the people of Nigeria. However, yesterday, the PDP candidate who lost and who was a signatory to peace accord and who went into this race knowing fully well that Nigeria cannot possibly elect two presidents. Only one president will emerge. Having suffered defeat, which I believe he deserved, he went on to say that he rejected the result and adduced a very laughable argument as a basis for his decision.
APC National Chairman Oshiomhole speaking there. And our reactions have continued to trail President Muhammadu and Ajiboye's victory. Superscreen's Oluwatosin, who went to Oshodi in Lagos State, reports that while many are happy, others are sad and were quick to set agenda for the president.
Reactions have continued to trail the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is expected to assume office for another 4 years in May 29, 2019. Speaking with residents of Oshodi, area of Lagos State, they expressed mixed reaction about President's victory.
I, as a person, experienced in last administration, and the worst thing about the past administration was the killings that went through Nigeria all around. His doings are very, very visible. You can see them. You can even at Lagos here, you know, most of the constructions, the bridges and the road, even our bus terminal. No, he has tried. I won't say he hasn't tried, but trust me, as a Nigerian, we are expecting more from him.
In fact, it's nothing to write home about. We didn't receive or get what we expected from his government.
They also speak on the expectation from President Muhammadu Buhari as he appears to take the mantle of leadership again.
He should start with reconciliation. Let him reconcile with all Nigerians. This is a second chance. This is an opportunity for him now to amend.
Reporting for Superscreen News.
In Mushin local government area of Lagos State have expressed happiness towards the victory over his opponent screens Mudupe Abidoye in Lagos.
Idi-Araba is under the Mushin local government area of Lagos State, which is dominated by the Hausas from the northern part of Nigeria. Reacting to President Muhammadu Buhari and Ajiboye's victory, these Hausas expressed happiness, saying his re-election is what they have been waiting for, with belief that it will bring in new development in areas of security, power, infrastructure, and the economy.
This is Idi-Araba in Mushin local government area in the northern parts of Nigeria. I am here to feel the pulse of the residents on the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari.
I'm happy about this victory, yeah, there's a lot of flops in the first time.
Because as he entered for the first time, we already see so many things that has already changed.
I'm very happy because Buhari is winning this second tenure. Because even tried to get in federal scholarship at that first time, but there's something which is just stopping me about the thing. But as this Buhari enter, I'm wishing to go to that bilateral education agreement because I'm hoping to getting that in again.
Of his first time in office.
I hope the government, Buhari and the present APC government are going to learn from their mistakes of the first time, of a lot of things that were expected that were not met, and then cover up for a lot of things that they didn't cover up for the first time.
As he win, all the things when they do before when never complete, and maybe this time go try make it complete. Then those people when go school when read book, graduate, when not get work, make it try, make they get work.
The thing that happened for the 4 years ago, true to go, we're not happy about that. We are expecting to do good for us.
I just want him to do power, this electrical, like the one way he's doing for Mambila. He should continue from Abuja to Kano and Kaduna.
In aspect of economy, he will do it. In aspect of security, he will do it. In aspect
even security, like road, like this in how you want to any people they get a job for them, make people never know.
The chieftain of the All Progressives Congress APC in Lagos State, Owoeye Ajiboye, has described the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari in the just concluded polls as the wish of Nigerians. Speaking to Superscreen News, Ajiboye said Nigerians displayed solidarity with the president by voting him on Saturday.
I didn't believe we had it on the first day, which was on the 16th. It would have been more successful even than this. Many Nigerians will say it is not real, but to those of us who are masses, see the election as the best election so far in the country.
The APC chieftain believes that the victory will spur President Muhammadu Buhari to fight corruption and insecurity better.
Buhari is building the economy from the scratches. Now, I can tell you that categorically that what Buhari is doing is to revive the economy from the slumber. We're trying to waken it up. Now, Nigerian, we are living the life as we're supposed to live. We are living based on what we work on, not on what, this is 10 naira, okay, make it 100 naira. By tomorrow you wake up, you demand as much as a minute. But now you have to work. You work hard for whatever you see. If you don't work now, you can't get anything.
A former deputy national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Bode George, has cautioned the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Tinubu, against what he described as a harassment of Igbo residents in Lagos State. Bode George, who discussed this in a statement to journalists, frowned at the recent use of thugs, hired urchins, and lowlifes allegedly used to harass and unleash a mayhem on the people of the southeast in Lagos State. He further made an appeal to President Muhammadu Buhari to call Bola Ahmed Tinubu to order a list. According to him, his reckless penchant of mobilizing thugs against all perceived enemies does not ricochet into the tragedies of 1962 and 1963, which eventually, to him, triggered the Nigerian Civil War. You're still watching Superscreen's flagship news. Coming up in business. Federal government, states and local government areas share 610.368 billion naira in February. Details of this and more coming up shortly. Well, so glad to have you back now in Business World. The Federation Accounts Allocation Committee, FAAC, has shared to the three tiers of government a total of 610.368 billion naira federal revenue generated in the month of January. The Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, while briefing journalists at the end of FAAC meeting held in Abuja, said approval is being awaited from the Minister of Finance for additional 50 billion naira from the foreign exchange equalization account, which will be distributed accordingly.
The statutory revenue figures and the VAT figures, there is also added exchange gain difference of 654 million naira. That brought the figure, or the total of the three components, to 610 billion 369 million, which is lower than the previous figure. And in view of this drop compared to the previous month, a decision of FAAC, posted that 50 billion naira be taken from FX equalization to augment the FAAC figures for this month, to bring it to a total of 660 billion naira, 369 million naira.
For the month of January 2019, the gross revenue of 505.246 billion naira was received in the month of January 2019, which is lower than the 547.462 billion naira received in the previous month of 42.216 billion naira. The consolidated debt of 32 states of the Federation has exceeded their gross statutory revenues in 2017. According to the Fiscal Responsibility Commission (FAAC) report, as of December 2017, the 36 states of the Federation have a total of public debt while they have gross statutory revenues totaling 2 trillion naira and net revenues totaling 1.739 trillion naira. This means that collectively, the debts of the 36 state governments exceeded their statutory revenues for the whole year by 2.396 trillion naira, or 53.31%. It also means that the state spent a total of 359.329 trillion naira, or 17.12% of the statutory revenues to service their debts within the 1 year period. To more business news.